the Fall Sky Saga.
Hey there, stargazers. I'm James Albury, director of the Kika Silva Pla Planetarium in Gainesville, Florida.
And I'm Dean Regas, astronomer for the Cincinnati Observatory. We're here to help you find your way around the sky tonight. The ancient stargazers had a lot of imagination.
When they looked at the stars, they connected the dots and pictured people, animals, rivers, and even entire scenes.
And in the fall evening sky, if you have an ancient imagination, you can see a king and a queen,
A prince and a princess,
two monsters, and
a flying horse who's flying upside down, by the way.
that's right. It's gonna get crowded up there, but we can walk you through it.
Okay, we have our sky set up for 9 p.m. facing northeast. About halfway up in the sky, you'll find the 5 familiar stars that look like a letter W.
This is the beautiful but vain queen Cassiopeia. Now stretch your imaginations a little and see if you can make out a queen of Ethiopia sitting on her throne.
Sorry, I guess I don't have that much imagination. But once you find her, she is the central character of our story and to the fall constellations.
Legend has it that Cassiopeia bragged about her beauty way too much. In fact, one day she said, now get this, she said, "I'm more beautiful than all the mermaids in the ocean."
Yikes. That got Poseidon, the god of the sea, worked up. He confronted Cassiopeia's husband, King Cepheus, whose 5 fainter stars are up and to the left of his wife. The stars look kind of like an upside-down house.
For insulting the gods, Cassiopeia had to give up her one and only daughter, the princess Andromeda, as a sacrifice. Basically, they had to chain Andromeda to a big rock in the ocean and let Poseidon's pet sea monster eat her.
You can find Andromeda to the right of Cassiopeia. Her stars look more like a skinny letter A.
A for Andromeda.
Exactly. Andromeda also houses the closest spiral galaxy to our Milky Way. It's called the Andromeda Galaxy because you can find it near her right hip star. Of course, if you live in a light-polluted area, you won't be able to see this galaxy. However, if you're out in the country, you just might see it looking like a little cloud, barely visible to the naked eye.
With binoculars, you can resolve a lot more of its cloudy nature. And with a telescope, you can see it as a long, fuzzy blur. Imagine, this is a galaxy with 200 billion stars that you can't see with the naked eye. Space is scary big.
Now, before the sea monster makes his appearance, we must introduce our hero, Perseus. As the story goes, Perseus that very morning slew the wicked Gorgon, Medusa.
She's the one with snakes for hair and turns you to stone with just one look.
With his eyes closed, Perseus chopped off her head, then put her head in a bag for safekeeping.
Later that afternoon, as he was flying through the air on his winged sandals, with the infamous bag at his side, Perseus happened to spy a young maiden in distress.
Our princess, Andromeda. Now, we're facing east at 10 p.m. and Perseus comes on the scene. You can find him as a squiggle of stars below Andromeda's feet.
The sea monster, a constellation named Cetus, is just rising in the east-southeast. Using my modern imagination, I think his stars look like a recliner chair.
That doesn't seem so scary.
Anyway, Perseus yells to Andromeda, "Close your eyes!" Then he closes his eyes, reaches into the bag and pulls out Medusa's severed head, shows it to the sea monster, who takes one look at it and poof, turns to stone.
Perseus saves the day. Wow, what a starry story. A king, a queen, a prince and princess, 2 monsters, and oops, we forgot the flying horse.
Oh yeah, Pegasus was supposedly born from this epic battle. As Perseus held out Medusa's head, this is kind of gross now, some of her blood fell into the water and turned magically into Pegasus the flying horse.
Oh, come on, that is too weird.
Agreed, but that's the kind of imagination we're dealing with when we learn about the constellations.
And it's all there when you keep looking up.